Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I've always been one for precision, especially in my role as a senior lab technician at the research facility. My job, among other things, involved managing the inventory of our specialized biosensor arrays. These weren't your everyday consumables. Each unit was meticulously manufactured, individually sterilized, and sealed within its own sterile pouch, then nested in trays of 20. They were costly, critical for our experiments, and absolutely non-negotiable on sterility. Our standard operating procedure was straightforward. Trays arrived, were logged as received, and units were dispensed as needed, with any defects noted at the point of use. Simple, effective, and it ensured our delicate sensors remained pristine. Then Sidney arrived, our new section supervisor, full of corporate buzzwords and an unshakable belief that efficiency meant overcomplication. Sidney's first big initiative was to streamline inventory visibility. He called a mandatory meeting, packing animatedly, before unveiling his grand new mandate. "From now on," he declared, staring directly at me, "every single sensor array must be individually inspected and verified for physical integrity and proper packaging before it can be officially entered into our active inventory. No unit enters the system until its usability is confirmed. We need 100% accurate usable stock data, not just what's been blindly received." He went on about preventing silent losses and optimizing resource allocation. I tried to explain that breaking the inner sterile seal for inspection would compromise the unit, rendering it unusable, but he just waved me off. "Eleanor," he said, with an air of superior knowledge, "I understand your concerns, but we must ensure every listed item is truly viable. Just follow the protocol to the letter." And follow it to the letter I did. The next shipment of biosensor arrays arrived, 10 trays, totaling 200 units. I set up my inspection station, sterile gloves and a clipboard ready. For the first tray, I carefully slit the outer plastic packaging. Then, following Sidney's dictate to inspect each individual unit, I meticulously opened each of the 20 individually sealed, sterile pouches. I'd gently extract the sensor, visually check its housing, confirm the serial number, and inspect the integrity of its tiny fluidic channels. It was a painstaking process. With each sensor I unwrapped, a quiet, metallic shink of the sterile barrier being broken echoed in the otherwise silent lab. Once inspected, I'd log its unique serial number. Then, as per our actual, established lab safety protocols that even Sidney couldn't override, any item with a compromised sterile seal was immediately classified as unusable for research and had to be properly disposed of. So, after confirming each sensor's physical integrity, I would then record its status as defective sterility compromised during pre-inventory inspection. Each sensor logged, each sensor then binned. This process continued for 3 days. By the end, I had meticulously inspected all 200 sensors. My inventory logs were pristine. 200 units received, 200 units individually inspected, 200 units meticulously recorded with their serial numbers, and 200 units subsequently declared defective sterility compromised. My active usable inventory now proudly displayed a count of 0. It didn't take long for the ripple effect. The research team came to me, demanding sensors for their urgent experiments. "Eleanor, we need 5 trays for Project Phoenix," said Otis, our lead biochemist, looking through the empty storage cabinet where our arrays should have been. "The system says we have 200 units on hand." I calmly pulled up Sidney's streamlined inventory dashboard. "Yes, Otis, we do have 200 units on hand, as per the new protocol. 200 units that have been individually inspected and, consequently, declared unusable due to sterility compromise." I pointed to the 0 available next to biosensor array active. The lab director, Margaret Lamb, got involved quickly. Her face, usually calm, was a mask of disbelief as she reviewed my inspection logs, signed off by me with detailed notes on each disposed sensor. She confronted Sidney, who, upon seeing his meticulously accurate inventory now showing no usable stock, turned a shade of purple I hadn't thought possible. The lab's critical research had stalled, costing us significant time and money. Sidney's grand new protocol had effectively emptied our most vital inventory. Margaret, after a lengthy, closed-door meeting, quietly reinstated the old inventory protocol. Sidney was, let's just say, reassigned to a role where his innovative inventory management wouldn't impact critical lab operations. He didn't even last 3 months. I still get a quiet chuckle thinking about his face when he realized his obsession with 100% visibility led to 100% uselessness. Sometimes the best way to prove a point isn't to argue, but to simply follow instructions to their illogical conclusion. Be careful what you ask for, especially when you dictate the rules.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.